Is Caitlin Clark playing today? Injury update, betting impact for Fever vs. Dream. The latest injury update for Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark in Game 1 against the Atlanta Dream. The Indiana Fever begin their playoff run on Sunday afternoon against the Atlanta Dream, but they won't have star guard Caitlin Clark in the matchup. Clark, who has battled a groin injury for most of the 2025 season, has been shut down for the rest of the campaign and will not suit up in the team's playoff series against Atlanta. The number 6 seed in the league, the Fever are set as massive underdogs to advance in this series and are 7.5-point underdogs in the latest odds for Game 1. Atlanta has been dominant at home, 16-6 this season, and it is one of the best teams in the league against the spread. Clark's return to action will have to wait until the 2026 season, but it's possible that the Fever could pull off an upset if some of their other stars have big games in this series. With Clark out, I'd expect guard Kelsey Mitchell to be one of the players who steps up in a big way in Game 1. Best Indiana Fever prop bet with Caitlin Clark out. Odds via DraftKings Sportsbook. Kelsey Mitchell over 18.5 points, minus 125. I love Mitchell in the prop market, something I shared in my WNBA Best Bets column on Sunday, as the Fever are down so many players and need someone to carry the offense. One of the best guards in the WNBA, Mitchell finished the regular season averaging 20.2 points per game while shooting 45.6% from the field and 39.4% from three-point range. Mitchell has taken a ton of shots at times this season, and she averaged 21.4 points per game in 21 games after the All-Star break. Against Atlanta this season, Mitchell scored 24, 17, 11, and 25 points, and she closed out the regular season with 20 or more points in 13 of her final 21 games. At just 18.5 points, I love Mitchell to clear this number in what feels like a must-win for the Fever if they want to have a chance to upset this Atlanta team in this series. Odds refresh periodically and are subject to change. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Claim the latest DraftKings promo code offer today. Sign up and place a $5 bet to earn a guaranteed $200 in bonus bets plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket. Regardless of the outcome of your wager, DraftKings will add 8 $25 bonus bet tokens to your new account and award one promo code for a discounted NFL Sunday Ticket subscription. Peter is a senior editor for Sports Illustrated Betting. He has worked as a writer and editor for BetSided, NBC Sports, the Connecticut Sun, and the Meriden Record Journal covering the NBA, WNBA, NFL, MLB, and more. A New York City resident, he is a hoops fanatic with a soft spot for his New York Knicks. Injury update: is Caitlin Clark playing today? Short answer: no, Caitlin Clark is not playing today, or for the remainder of the 2025 season. SI plus 3 Fever.WNBA.com plus 3. She suffered a right groin injury in mid-July during a game versus Connecticut, and then also developed a bone bruise during her recovery. Fever.WNBA.com plus 2 SI plus 2. On September 4th, the Indiana Fever officially announced she will miss the rest of the season, including the playoffs, in order to protect her long-term health. Fever.WNBA.com plus 2 ESPN.com plus 2. So for the playoff Game 1 versus the Atlanta Dream, she's out. No return is expected until next season. SI plus 2 SI plus 2. Roster and injury impact. Fever vs. Dream. Caitlin's absence is one of several for Indiana. Some key context. Other Indiana players ruled out for the season or Game 1 include Chloe Bibby, knee, Sydney Colson, ACL, Sophie Cunningham, MCL, Ari McDonald, broken foot, and Damiris Dantas is also out, concussion protocol. The Times of India plus 2 SI plus 2. Atlanta Dream are in much better shape. Only Taylor Thierry is out due to an ankle injury. The rest of their core is available. SI plus 1. So, Indiana heads into Game 1 with serious depth issues, especially in guard/wing positions. While Atlanta has both depth and momentum, they closed the regular season strong. SI plus 2 The Times of India plus 2. Betting impact. With Clark out, and given Indiana's more extensive injury woes, the betting landscape shifts considerably. Match odds and spread. Atlanta is a strong favorite in Game 1. Reports list the Fever as 7.5-point underdogs. Psi +1. Home court advantage, depth, and role players stepping up all tilt the odds toward Atlanta. The Dream's healthy roster gives them more options, stability, and less risk of collapse. Psi +1. Player props and alternatives. With Clark out of the picture, Kelsey Mitchell becomes the primary offensive option for Indiana. Betting markets are favoring her to carry much of the scoring and playmaking burden. So, prop bets like Mitchell over 18.5 points are getting traction. The logic: she's been demanded to do more, she has precedent versus Atlanta this season, and the rest of Indiana's roster is thin. So, risks and upside. Upside: even without Clark, Indiana has shown grit and some recent strong showings. If their remaining players can perform above expectations, may pull off surprises. Risk: without Clark, their offensive efficiency, spacing, clutch decision-making in tight games are weaker. One or two poor halves could be decisive. Also, fatigue and injury risk for backups increase. What this means strategically: Indiana will need to adjust strategy, more ball movement, perhaps more reliance on perimeter shooting, less isolation plays that usually go through Clark. Atlanta might exploit mismatches, slow tempo, or use the bench to force Indiana into uncomfortable defensive/spatial roles they haven't practiced enough for. Coaching becomes more of a factor. Who steps up defensively, who takes charge in crunch moments, who hits those open shots. Conclusion: Caitlin Clark will not play today or any further game this season. Her absence significantly weakens the Fever's odds in the playoff series versus the Atlanta Dream. Betting lines reflect that strongly, with Mitchell and other role players' props being some of the few attractive plays for Indiana.